Hello and welcome to another All the Mod 6 tutorial. Today we're going to be covering Industrial Foregoing. Industrial Foregoing seems to be very slow in terms of starting out with it. This is the base block. This is the fluid extractor, and that's where everything starts with this mod. It's not actually that expensive to craft. You'll need iron ingots, logs, a redstone block, cobblestone, more iron ingots, a piston, and a gold pressure plate. And once you have that, this block actually does not need to be powered. You place it down facing any log. I have not yet tried to optimize which log it's using, but there are no rubber trees or anything like that in All the Mod 6, so something tells me it's not really going to make that big of a difference. If you supply it with power, instead of taking, I think it's like 10 seconds at a maximum, it takes 2 seconds per collection. Then you need to have that connected to a latex processing unit. The latex processing unit does have to be powered. It requires latex and water to function. So you'd want to have infinite water source nearby, and then you'd just use that to fill it on up. And it's going to make these tiny dry rubbers. Now the tiny dry rubber isn't where this ends. You have to turn those into these. For all the time that we've already spent, we have 2 pieces of dry rubber to show for our efforts. That's not a lot. That will get you your first machine. Let's go over the recipe real quick for the latex processing unit. You need a bucket of latex. So you need this to have already produced 1,000 millibuckets of latex. And as you can see, it does about 2 millibuckets every 2 seconds. So it takes quite some time to get that done even. I'm just telling you, this is a mod that requires patience to get started. Don't rush into this thinking, oh yeah, I've totally got this. So now what we want to do is speed this process up, the basics, right? We want to get our fluid extractor doing more than what it is currently, and we want to get our latex processing unit. Honestly, you know, once this has latex and water in it and you're supplying it with enough power, it's not really that bad in terms of speed. You can see you get a fair amount of these pretty quickly. What we need to do is speed up the fluid extractor. The fluid extractor is so slow. In order to do that, you need to build a dissolution chamber. So this should be the first thing that you make after you make your fluid extractor and your latex processing unit, because this is going to help you build a better foundation for everything. This is where you're going to craft your speed upgrades. We're going to make a tier 1 first to see what that does and see if it's worth even making it. And then we're going to make a tier 2 and see how that does and if that's worth even making it. Let's put our bucket of latex in there and this will start processing. So now we have our tier 1 speed add-on. Let's pop over here to our fluid extractor and throw that on in. Alright, so that's gotten us down to about 1 second. That's actually a pretty good upgrade though. I mean, that's cutting our processing time in half. That's not bad. Let's see what the tier 2 does. And I guess we'll check even more importantly whether or not these stack. Because if these stack, that could lead to some pretty awesome stuff there. Yeah, they do. Well, that's at least significantly faster than what it was. I'm going to go ahead and advise that your very first block built after building your fluid extractor and your latex processing unit is going to be the dissolution chamber. And the dissolution chamber is going to be 2 pieces of plastic, 2 buckets, a gold ingot, diamond gear, pity machine frame, and a chest of some sort. And the dissolution chamber does require power. I'm powering it with a hardened solar panel from the Power mod. You can power it with a heat generator from Mechanism. Now we have our dry rubber. So what do we do next? How do we get that into a useful form, right? Basically all you do is you smelt the big chunk of dry rubber into plastic. You can do that in any furnace. Except maybe a blast furnace or a smoker. Every other furnace I've tried it in so far, it works. I suppose you could actually get several fluid extractors working together to be able to speed up the process of gathering the latex fluid. Let's talk about what else you can do. Now, you won't be seeing this yet, but very soon I have a very special series of videos going up on the channel. And in it, one of the things that I'm going to be doing with All the Mod 6 is using the Industrial Foregoing mod to set up my plant gatherer. Down here, you can't see it very well, but there's a plant sower. You fill that up with saplings and it plants on the block above. Plant gatherer does exactly what it sounds like, and a plant fertilizer. But that's the sort of thing that you can do with Industrial Foregoing. There's also an animal rancher, which does exactly what it sounds like, an animal feeder, a mob crusher, a mob duplicator, which that's something I'm looking forward to also playing with, a mob slaughter factory, which sounds very exciting, a sewage composter, an animal baby separator, and so on and so forth. I would strongly recommend doing a fluid extractor latex processing unit and then follow that immediately with the dissolution chamber so that you can speed up the fluid extractor. That's going to do it for today's tutorial. I hope that I've been helpful to you in some way, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. If I have helped you at all, please do like and comment. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comment section also, and I'll get to those as soon as I can. And yeah, just in general, take care, and bye-bye.